Okay, so I had to drop off that last piece of equipment. It happens to be the job site that I'm developing a well at. And, well, there's three super cute doggies there. And what's up, Rain? There's three cute dogs, and basically, while I develop this well, there's a big old hole that constantly fills up with water, and it's about 8 feet deep. Well, one of those super cute doggies decided to jump in the water and couldn't get out. So my coworker had to dangle head first in there, and the stubborn dog was just enjoying its swim, but it couldn't get out on its own. And so we had to dangle him in, had to hold his legs. He had to lay in the stream, but we got her out. We got the sweet baby girl out. So that was fun. So now we're headed back to the yard to drop off the last piece. What's up, Colton? You need to go live yourself there, bucko. But now I'm headed back to the yard. We just built that mower and hopped it all up. It's first day of use. We threw a blade through the mow deck, so now we have to do a lot of work to it to get it back to operating properly. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to mount my high lift jack tonight, and we'll see what happens. Gotta do some things first, but should be able to do something. The fella I have welding for me is going camping, so that hasn't happened yet. But it will. I'm sure it will. Yeah. Colton, if you're still here, you need to hop off of this and go live for yourself. Everyone around this area knows about what you're going through to a certain extent, so you owe them an update for sure. So hop on your live, give them an update, tell them how you are. But tell you what, the YouTube live things get rough. I had 7 before I had to hop off to unload. Is a coworker. Which one? No, my coworker is the one that I had to hold his legs to get the dog out. He's actually dating the one of the people that live at the resident that I'm working at. So he was there to take her out, and it's her dog, so he had to go lay in the mud. I mean, I still got muddy. My boots are muddy, my arms are muddy, but he had to lay in it. So, but it was sweet baby Lou. She's the cutest and just the best dog ever. So of course we had to save Lou. If we hadn't saved her, she'd have been in there forever. Forever. For a while at least. What you up to today? Do we have any people from far and wide? Now the people saying yes, I realize that the question isn't asked very well. I like the answer. Yes to both, but it should be one or the other. But figuring out how this garbage works is a bit of a trick, and I haven't quite figured it out. My board is about to snap, so the cable's getting. That's a bummer, dude. Just put a piece of wood in the middle, sink some screws in there, and call it a day. Stitch that thing up. Yeah, yeah. We'll go find one. I've realized that if you're friendly, people are generally friendly back. You're a friendly person. I think I only know one person that lives, well, two people. I know you that live in Blackfoot, and I know my buddy that lives in my own house. Blackfoot. He lives on Adams Avenue. That's probably too much info for YouTube Live, but here you go. We did it anyways. Your friend is on vacation. Where'd they go? Hopefully somewhere very nice. Not like vacation in Salt Lake or Boise. Hopefully they're up in like Yellowstone or Ashton or somewhere. Vacations need to be far. I think a vacation really qualifies if you're like 5+ hours away. Anything closer than that, you're just, I don't know. Let me know. What is a vacation? Is it when you're 2 hours away, 3 hours away, 5 hours away? I say a minimum of 5 hours away. It's got to be the vacation standard. I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's somewhere good. Hopefully. Different state. Hey, that's far enough. Well, unless it's Utah, then that's too close. Maybe California. But anywho, we're gonna put the high lift on the Sammy. I can't decide if I want to mount it to the hood, to the cowl, to the hitching post, to the side. I don't know where I should mount it. So if anyone's got any suggestions on the ideal place to mount my handyman jack, feel free and pitch in. I see that there's 8 people in here. Tell me where you're from. Interact a little bit. Check out my stuff. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yeah, that's about where I'm at. But I mean, there's a lot of people out there with a lot of valuable knowledge, and maybe they know a place that is like ideal, that doesn't get in the way. That's what I need to know. And I don't want to put it in the cab. That's boring. I'm gonna put like my cells, my kinetic row, my winch extensions, my tree saver, the donuts, all that stuff's gonna get locked inside. Because it used to have that back door. It still has the back door, but you can't open it now because of the wrecker. So everything's pretty safe in there. And I broke another freaking driver door handle. That was sick. And so I got to replace that. Luckily, I bought 2, because I wanted new and new on both sides. But now it's going to be new on one, old on the other. The old one on the passenger side's never given up the ghost at all. But the one on the driver's side, for some reason, just keeps on breaking. Just keeps on breaking. Now, here's a question to the 2, 4, however many, no likes or anything. Just hit the button for me. The algorithm's being ruthless to me lately, so just do me a favor, hit the button. Anyways, well, does anybody want like thank you for hit the button? Does anybody want like I the most viewed or requested or needed, if you will, content for the YouTube, and it said ed, ed, edu. Well, I know educational, but they had some like blended word to describe it. And like, would it be beneficial if I like showed things and how I did things, or would that just bore you to death? In my opinion, it probably would bore me to death. So, I mean, that's a lie. If I don't know what I'm doing, I definitely become YouTube certified in it before I try. It's definitely nice to at least get the basic concept of what I'm trying to accomplish, visually through a video or something like that. But let me know. I mean, I'm more than happy do something like that. I'm happy to, do my best to film like A, B, and C as to what I'm doing. Like if you want to learn how to weld butt joints and, fabricate the little bit of fabrication that I do know, I'm happy to share it. I've done enough to get this far, and I mean, it works. It functions like I want it to. Haven't done a wheelie yet. Definitely need to finish the exo cage. But I mean, if that's what you guys want, that's great. I'm hoping to have like a decent enough presence that I'm the product, not the knowledge that I have. But oh man, this place is rough. This place is rough. Going down this rabbit hole about how disheartening it is for, like, I was talking to this guy. He's substantially larger YouTube channel, and he was telling me that he will spend 3 days, 4 days, trying to film content, and he will, then spend hours on hours editing it, making it all nice and all that jazz, and it ends up being a flop. Like, can you imagine spending 60 hours or so on a piece of content? It took you 4 days of filming to get 30 minutes worth after editing, and then for it to absolutely tank. I like 6, 7. Huh. Interesting number. But what's up, Heidi? But anyways, so that's what I'm trying to balance. Like, where does my time and effort go? Does my time and effort go into like YouTube Shorts, which doesn't do anything really other than get my name out there, but monetarily it doesn't do anything for me, which I work for. Or do I, just shift to Instagram only? Because Instagram, I got oodles of traction. Like, it's not as cutthroat as YouTube is, But you don't hear about a million follower Instagrammer, but you hear about YouTube people that have millions of subbies, and that's a topic of discussion. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's just a weird dynamic, all of it. It's just strange to me. But also it's cool, it's another puzzle, it's another process, it's another thing that I gotta figure out, It's just, I don't know, newness. Newness. We're just figuring things out together, and I appreciate everyone that's here. It'd be cool to figure out where the new folks are from. What did I have yesterday? Holland? I had somebody from Holland, which was freaking awesome. That was cool. Truck driver, I think it was, from Holland. That was awesome to talk to him for a little bit. But yeah, don't mind me. I'm just backing up the trailer so I can unhook it to work on the simmer. But if you're here and you're not already subscribed, please do. Please hit those buttons. It's and I'm guilty of it, and this is probably karma because I see things that I think are cool, but I don't necessarily want to have the algorithm force feed me exactly. Like, for example, say I see a recipe, and all right, here we go. This is what we're gonna do. How to unhook a gooseneck trailer. We're here, we're doing it. Let's just do it. See if it's informational for you. Let's take this pole down. Why do I hate myself? That's terrible to say. Why would you say that? I'm sure you're fantastic. That bums me out to hear you say that. Because, like, me personally, I like you. You're dope. I like seeing your name pop up makes my day. So don't hate yourself. You can't because I appreciate you. But anyways, topic of discussion today, since we're gonna try this educational part here. All right, I got a gooseneck, okay? Gooseneck trailer, all right? This is how you unhook it. I always start with unhooking the electrical. Then I toss it over the tongue, get it out of my way. Then I start with the breakaway cable, which is this guy that runs up to this box. If this is pulled, like if your trailer comes off, this will automatically engage the brakes and stop the load. So I take this, push it up out of the way, and then you have these retainer chains here. You got to pull them out, and every truck's a little different. Mine's got these things on the side right here that they go into, and then I hook them up. And then while I'm over here, I'll unclasp this. So let me get that so you can see. Oh, whoops, messed it up. But anyways, it's now unhooked. You can see that there. So then you come over here. These are your jack stands. You take this, you pull this guy out, and you push this down to your desired length. I usually choose 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I do the same thing over here. Pull it, get it down to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then we're gonna make our way over to this side, right here. And we're gonna pull this chain out, like so. And if I can get it out, that's what your hook looks like. Generally, they have a bar. Clip the bar. Now, theoretically, we're completely disconnected. Got my jacks down, got my chains unhooked, got my trailer lights unhooked, breakaway cables unhooked. Good to go. Now, you got this crank bar here, okay? And what this is gonna do is you're gonna crank this just like you're winding up an old toy. And I'll see if I can't get it on here. But you can see that it's running those jacks down. So I'm gonna crank this. You'll see those jacks keep going down, and it'll slowly raise that up. So let's just give it a crank here. I'll start lifting the trailer up off the truck. You want to make sure you go high enough that you clear the back of the truck. And generally I go pretty freaking high, just because I don't want to scratch the bed of my truck. Quite enjoy the truck. You can kind of see that nasty area, that shiny, wet looking area. That's the jacks running up. And eventually we'll get high enough. You can see that there. We're almost there. I'd say that's pretty good. Now everybody knows how to unhook the trailer. So there's your free info for the day. You're welcome. Now to the Samurai we go. Just kidding, I probably have paperwork of sorts to do. I might hop off and then hop back on once I get all that done and officially get off the clock. Hey, go put that back up. I want to hear it. No retracting messages here. You typed it. You wanted to say it. This is a space where you can say it. I'll give you whatever input I have, but don't retract the messages. How are we supposed to grow from that? Generally, that means it needed to be said. Okay, well, I am going to hop off temporarily so I can go in and talk to my boss and give him an update for my day. And yeah, also Cash Recovery 2.0 is in the office, so I'm gonna go talk to him. Rain, you don't hate yourself, okay? Life might be a struggle, and you might feel down or incomplete or unsatisfied with your performance or whatever the case may be. But I promise you, without a doubt, that you can make it better yourself. You can do this. There's people that care about you too. So whatever you do, actually, we're gonna get real personal real quick here. Yesterday, I heard about a guy that I looked up to, just very pleasant, punctual, polite, kind man. He had gone through some things that were less than ideal and had an ex-wife and some wrecks and drinking problems and stuff like that, but he was very well put together. But from the outside, nobody would ever have guessed that this was going on in his head. Well, they ended up finding him under the covers with some self-inflicted stuff going on, and he's no longer with us. So, with that, everyone stay good, keep your heads up, it'll always get better. I'll be back in a few.